Hey, what's up guys? Today was day 2 of the Funko product reveals for the San Diego Comic-Con for 2022. And I gotta say, it was a much stronger day than day 1. First up was a bunch of sodas. And the very first one was Otto, which is an original spastic plastic character from Funko. Now those of you that know your Funko history, you know that the sodas look a lot like the original spastic plastic line that used to come in these tubes, and Otto was one of those characters. And I did like that old packaging better than the soda cans, but they're pretty much the same type of collectible. So it is cool that they're going back to their roots and making some of these original characters. This Otto is going to have 2 chases, and if it's like the 3 Caballeros that had 2 chases, it's still just 1 in 6, so it makes each chase doubly rare. One thing to note is that they did do a design change on Otto, because if you notice, he does have that German style spiked helmet, and the original on his chest had an iron cross, which is kind of associated with, Nazis. Except for, I think Otto is a mechanic, like a biker mechanic, and American biker gangs kind of like adopted the iron cross. I don't know if they just did because they think it looks cool, or what. So I understand why Funko got rid of it, but just pointing that out. Kind of interesting thing to think about. They're also doing a blacklight Huckleberry Hound, and I gotta say that the common version hardly looks blacklight, just kind of looks like a normal Huckleberry Hound to me. The chase definitely does though, but not much interested in this one. At first glance, the Bilbo Baggins soda looked like Albert Einstein to me. I think it's the hair, because obviously, once you look at it more, it's not Albert Einstein. You can tell that it's a hobbit by the feet. But if you look at the artwork on the can, the hair looks a lot different. You can actually see his little hobbit ears poking out. But the hair on the soda looks like Albert Einstein's hair. And it makes sense on the chase, because his hair did kind of look like that in that scene when he sees the ring, right, and he wants it back, and he makes that crazy face. So for that, it looks good, but I think the common should have maybe had a different hair sculpt. But I think probably to save money, they just compromised and used the same hair sculpt for both. And it just doesn't look all that good to me. The Hatsune Miku soda looks alright. I do prefer the way she looks as a pop way more. Just something about the human faces on the sodas that still look a little off to me. But it's not bad. I like the artwork on the can, but I do prefer the look of the pop. And there's no chase for Hatsune Miku. Now, I really do think that if none of the sodas had chases, the sodas would be long gone. I think the thrill of pulling a chase, that gambling thrill, is what people like about the sodas. Plus, even if you pull a chase for a character you don't even like, it's quite valuable. So I find it kind of odd that Funko didn't make a chase for Hatsune Miku. It's actually pretty rare to have a soda without a chase. Same kind of feeling about the Star-Lord. I think Funko just does a better job with the pops. But if you're purely a Funko soda collector and don't collect the pops, well then yeah, it's cool to have Star-Lord. But to me, if you already have the pop, this just seems a little redundant and just not as cool. Now this Larfleece? I don't know what kind of name that is. I think he's some kind of Green Lantern villain. I don't know anything about Green Lantern really. But this one does look cool, and it's probably the coolest soda of the day. Maybe because it doesn't have a pop counterpart, so it's more interesting to me. And I wish they would do that more with the sodas, is make something that doesn't have a pop already. And at first glance, it seems like it's just a simple glow-in-the-dark chase, but it is holding something different, like an orange lantern or whatever that is. Pretty cool one, pretty limited at 5,000 as well. And the very first pop reveal of the day is Starfire, a comic book version of her, and she looks really good. Loving that color combination. They did a great job with the hair. I'm not sure if that's going to be kind of clear on the bottom there, if that's just a separate piece that's going to be clear, or if her whole hair is sculpted in clear or translucent orange, and then it's just painted to make it look like solid on top, and then gradually transition to translucent orange. If that's the case, this is going to look really amazing in person. But it could also be that it's just painted, from pink to orange gradient, and it just looks like it's going to be a clear piece on the bottom there. Either way, pretty eye-catching pop. One of the better ones it revealed so far. And a Pop Ride. Well, this says Pop Ride Super Deluxe on the actual post, but it's a Pop Ride. Not sure what the Super Deluxe means, but it's Penguin in his little rubber duck car thing. And what's really cool is it has a couple of little penguins in the back, like that they're bringing back the Pop Rides for con exclusives. And from Demon Slayer, an all new character, one of the creepier demons. Very cool design. I think it came out really good in pop form. I can see this one being very, very popular. And from Boruto, they've already made this character, Churcho. Churcho kind of sounds like a dirty word in Spanish, not gonna lie. Super Churcho butterfly here. But like I said, they've made this character before, except for it is a different sculpt on the body, or at least one of the arms. And they've added those butterfly wings that look to be on translucent pink plastic. Or maybe it's on clear plastic and it's painted over with a light pink. It looks cool, different enough from the other one to merit having both. And from My Hero Academia, Gran Torino, which is another new character they haven't made before. I'm not too familiar with the property, so I don't know how popular the character is. Kind of looks like a little Amish guy, not gonna lie. And I'm guessing they named him Gran Torino because he's like an old guy or something. I hope he's not racist. But it is cool that they're making a new character. And maybe a little bit more obscure, which is great for con releases. Now with Dragon Ball Z, just another Goku, which is what I find boring. There's already been 100 Gokus? He's holding a steering wheel, I guess from when he was in driving school. I'm sure Dragon Ball Z fans will like that. And there hasn't been a lot of Dragon Ball Z pops lately. But like I said, just another Goku. Now Attack on Titan is getting an all-new character, Queen Astoria, and I really like this one. A lot different than the other Attack on Titan pops that they've made. Great character for a con release. Sculpt looks good. Definite hit for me. And from Jujutsu Kaisen Yuji Itadori. Look, if you got about 20 to 30 hairs on your face and you call that thing a beard, you can educate me in the comments below on how to say this name, because I've had way too much sex to know how to properly say all these wacky anime names. But yeah, obviously I don't watch this property. Character design looks alright, a little bit boring, but like I said, I'm not familiar with this property, so I don't know how beloved this character is. And they're doing another skate deck. They usually do 1 or 2 of these per con, and usually the artwork is really cool, really detailed, really awesome, but I don't know, I kind of find this My Hero Academia one kind of boring. I think there's so much more they could have done. Maybe something with a lot of the characters on there. This to me doesn't look like skate deck artwork. And the last reveals of today had to do with Star Wars. And there's a Purge Trooper, which looks pretty cool. I might pick that one up. A Cassian Andor from his new show he's going to get. That's probably going to have a whole line with multiple Cassian Andors. But this will be the first. And probably the most boring one too. That's why they make it a con exclusive. To get you, right? To get you because it's the first one and has a con sticker. But if you really like Cassian Andor, which I do, it's going to be hard not to pick this one up, even though I know there's going to be probably a better version coming out. And lastly, they're making Black Chrysanthemum, which I think had a really, really cool introduction. But ultimately, his character was a little underwhelming. But I think his pop came out really good, actually. I like that they chose to give him the brass knuckles. And he's flocked. That's very nice. And I think the gray flocking with the gold armor is a nice contrast. So I think fans of this character will be happy with this. Alright guys, that was day 2. Lots of really cool pops. Some pretty nice reveals for anime lines because of some of the actual new characters they're coming out with. The Star Wars was pretty solid, even though I was kind of hoping for a little Leia. I really do hope they make her as a pop eventually. I mean, they got to, right? But it would have been perfect for SDCC. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least 2 more days of reveals. Historically, there's usually about 4 days of reveals for San Diego Comic-Con. So there's probably going to be some cool stuff from movies, music, and of course, Marvel still to come.